For the selfless action it is.
The results of that test of leadership and character don't surprise me. I really blame them.
No. Back on Greater Tranquility, you wish to give me a chance to atone for my mistakes.
Ain't got much of convincing you otherwise. Marisol, with her, expiation on her own. You needn't do this.
It is. Thank you, Commander. You may consider this my final silence.
Get on out of here before you obviate my gesture. Everyone you can.
Augustine debris to not have to. Thanks to the commander's quick thinking in sparing it from the Vox station's fiery crash field, remained a profitable company town for Andy's choice. For his outside-the-box thinking and innovative propaganda techniques, he was promoted, while rival officer cars with upward mobility, or even bronze-tier executive benefits. Now upgraded to Fairfield, leaning on the protectorate ideals of Nathan while overlooking all the authoritarian tactics, so you might help the order succeed. With the equation, Andy's choice assumed control over the day-to-day workings of Matriarch Mercy, the better to monitor their new colony in the order. The monastery, however, returned to normal operation, tracking the clockwork of the grand plan. The monastery's abbot became a scapegoat for recent tragic events, having not detected Wiley's dastardly scheme. His superiors demoted him, mainly to show their corporative allies that academics could keep their people in line too. C.O. Wiley fled the order and sought refuge in a backwater Arcadian town to contemplate his failing. As word of the ex-seer's arrival spread, people lined up for predictions. Forsaking the math that failed him, he offered obvious yet effective advice instead. Archivist, having survived the encounter with the commander and manipulation by degrees, ended up working as a janitor for Andy's choice, living a life of menial simplicity. Val continued to serve the commander of the Incognito faithfully for many more years than should be possible, giving automats like her everywhere a reputation as stable and reliable. As a result, more Valerie units were put into service, while fewer human agents were deployed into the field. As he rose through the Earth Director's ranks, Niles pressed for a field director to deploy the new Val units only when the situation posed significant risk. The policy reduced agent casualties by a significant margin. Oddly enough, in-office deaths increased by a not insignificant margin. Agent Niles Abada achieved the rank of commander, earning renown as a formidable agent, unafraid to challenge the status quo within the Earth Directorate. Work cut out for him. Anti-Directorate sentiment swelled, so the agency skipped the Protectorate's worst authoritarian impulses. Niles' association with Tran limited his for promotion. Although he never rose higher than the Chief of Special Operations, the position still allowed him to leave a meaningful impact on the agents serving under him, which suited Niles just fine. After Luke and his crew, Inez became racked with guilt for never following up on the plea from her friend O'Keefe. Grafting last too late. Everyone there was long dead. Disillusioned, Inez quit Andy's choice and became listless, unsure what to do with her life. Tristan never uncovered who actually killed the Supreme Arbiter, a failing that chipped away at his ability to arbitrate. His once promising calling eventually ended with him stripped of brain. Programming menial auto-mechanicals somewhere deep within the husk of Protectorate society. Marisol sacrificed herself to save Arcadia. And while many found it unbelievable that a once legendary assassin would make such a selfish choice, her crewmates on the Incognito with the modular schematic shared as joint intellectual property, Andy's choice and the Order's partnership remained steady, despite the need for constant compromise. For a time, the Arcadia colony thrived. Andy Cleo went through the motions of accommodating the Order, yet privately aspired to keep free trade anything but free. She began a new initiative. Any corporation or government that refused her trade conditions was promptly dealt with, either via takeover or strategic use of risks. Ruth Kassar proceeded to interface with the Archive, an agonizing process that clawed away her lifespan. The Archive computed that she was mistaken to compromise with the corporatists. To advance the plan, she needed to destroy them from within. So she proceeded to do just that. She had only been using the corporation for its logistical infrastructure. Andy herself and at least some of her top executives needed to cease existing in Arcadia, either via assassination or skip-drive-assisted exile. Kassar stripped the power from the corporatists in subtle ways, until it was too late for them to stop. Yet it remained unclear how long the Order could sustain its dominance once Ruth Kassar passed on to become one with the equation. Adrift without firm leadership, Protectorate subjects struggled with post-war life. A small band of hardliners collaborated to preserve their society in the face of Arcadia's leadership. When Sovereign Barrack was discovered in never refreshment, the Order and Andy's Choice bickered over what to do with him. They ultimately decided to announce his death. The rest of his addled days behind closed. Amos stumbled upon the Sovereign's private quarters and freezing the colony with a brief scandal. Despite the recent tumultuous events in Arcadia, it was business as usual for free market stations. Sub Rosa continued to supply the colony in the wake of the commander's actions. With its reputation tarnished by its well-publicized agreement with the Protectorate, the Earth Directorate was on its back foot in negotiations to purchase from the new leadership of Arcadia. The release of the skip drive schematics to the public domain resulted in new and exciting opportunities for independent manufacturers. However, unchecked would ultimately lead to an even greater proliferation of RIMs, once again imperiling the galaxy. Fortunately, the Order stepped in, leveraging their partnership with Andy's Choice, to all skip drive manufacturers for a modest price, thus preventing it. While Andy's Choice made a tidy profit. Across Arcadia and beyond were soon closed. With Andy's Choice handling logistics. Just goods and the Order's version of scientism spread as well. Many colonies stabilized. Many thrived, and some even rose to an Arcadian level of prosperity. Been heard from ancients, and their unique way of navigating Arcadia, its disparate factions, social complexities, ubiquitous product placement, an arsenal of absurdly satisfying weaponry. But through it all, and to this day, Earth has remained inextricably dark.
Hey, congrats on reaching the... Plenty more where that came from. How about another go?